So we've done that after we have gone through that. We're just still looking at the gamut of sanitation. A stakeholder, Market Women Transporter NGO, did a review. That was in July this year. With a bottom-up approach philosophy. And a new initiative was hatched, which is to advance our environmental agenda in the state, and we are tagging it Oakland Plus. The Oakland Plus has various ideas. We are kicking off Oakland Plus this month. We are set for that, and that's why they are gathered there now. We are meeting immediately after this meeting. We are starting fully public-private partnership in waste management. We've acquired trucks now. They are in front of the Civil Service Commission. There are 61 of them. You may think that that is small for us here. That's a whole lot of money. And we have 31. We have a fleet of about 100 now. That will take up our waste to some reasonable extent. We are inaugurating technical committee for environmental sanitation in each of the local government. That is to help us. We are inaugurating environmental enforcement team properly. They are working now, but we are just inaugurating them to make it much more formal. We want to start massive tree planting, which we call DDRP. We are targeting 1.5 million seedlings before the next 6 or so months. We just want to look at the dry season, spell of dry season when it goes on. We have to hold on that. Why Igi-Abiye is because it has been proven beyond doubt that the survival, continued survival of man on that is linked with that of the trees. So we also are doing our own injection of 1.5 million trees. And the method is not difficult because we don't have money, we must be creative. Here is that you create, you innovate, or you abdicate. It's a very simple thing. Whereas other people can do that, we don't have that luxury of fun. My own state, that's home state. Who can afford a whole lot of money. You know, they are big like Lagos too. So those ones have money. Here, we have to use common sense. And what did we do? We are just speaking on a child. That's why we call it Igi-Abiye. One child and a parent, either the father or the mother, will plant. We have enrollment in our school of 750,000. If once the kid plants and the mother plants, the mother will most likely want to plant because nobody wants. If a mother will not want the child to die, so it's Igi-Abiye. The want of the child to survive, make here, add a year, so that the child grows, and the child will grow, the tree will also grow. For the child to survive, he must plant the tree because that's the future. So Igi-Abiye will be coming up. One child will plant one, the mother will also plant. It's as easy. It's not such a difficult thing. Why do we say Igi-Abiye? We will tell the elite climate change. The Iyalodjas don't really understand climate change. So all those grammars we have reduced it to what they can understand. That's why we are coming through the survival of their child, which is the paramount thing to any mother in the world. So we are saying Igi-Abiye is to ensure that those who don't understand climate change, at least Mama Komo don't. So whichever way we want to do it, we are taking on Igi-Abiye 1.5 million. We are doing biogas. Biogas not for generator. Light is, Osun may not have money, but we have electricity, which is we know we have. That's one thing I know we have more than Lagos. So if you want to site a company that requires light, here is the place to come. You can be here without having any reason power outage for days. It happens. And in any case, you are guaranteed a minimum of 6 or 7 hours of lighting a day anyway. Is that one that you can take into bank here? It is any day. So if we are now saying we are going the way of a generator, not firewood, here the people use a whole lot of firewood. And what we are doing is that we are attacking that from the source. You know, we want to convert their waste, which we have in abundance anyway, to gas, cooking gas, domestic cooking gas, not for powering your car. No, we don't have the ability to refine to that quality. But anything we burn in normal domestic gas, and it's not rocket science, and it's not expensive. the science is locally available here. We are partnering with the government. We've done all our own groundwork on that. It's not something out of the world. It's just simple technology. We are pricing it and we are partnering with people in purchasing it. We are test running, and our injection method, very modest projection. We want to inject to like 500 households in the first instance and see how it's going to go. How do you take ownership? It's very simple. We are targeting the simple servant. Local government workers, people who can afford it. If they are cooperative, they just bring money. How much is we are looking at? By the time we are doing our mass production, we are looking at less than 50,000 naira. So it's not something out of the world that people cannot afford. And we know that once those ones see that, once the people see that it can work, people would not find it difficult to buy into it. Then we want to also do serious attack on mosquito. We are doing a program for mosquito because it's a major problem around here. And we are taking 2 programs, which we have some offer from Cuba to genetically modify the mosquitoes around here. The Cubans have helped us here a lot. People read all manners of stories and begin to wonder that what are these people doing? We benefit from those relationships. Our relationship with Lagos has been so beneficial to us. If anybody says that why should or should not partner with Lagos, the person does not understand the dynamics of governance. Because what do we have to give Lagos? Lagos have more to give to us. We took our drivers there. The truck operators we have here now was taken to Loma for training. They trained them for us. Do we have money to have people? Do we have the facility for such a thing? Except we want to be disciplining ourselves. We took them there, they trained them, even gave them certificate, and they made them to participate in waste collection in Lagos. And today now we are having the benefit of that. Not only that, Lagos also gave us the Lagos State Drivers Institute. We took our drivers there. So rather than running into people and hitting people, running into promotion which we had before, we don't have those problems now. We are even taking some of our OES back to Lagos again. The OES, because we've regularized a whole number of them now into proper civil service. Some are taking on driving. So for us, we are benefiting from that. So the Cubans, they are giving us genetically, they are helping us. They have developed that in their own country, and we want to attack our mosquito here so that they are no longer a vector, carry those diseases. That's that. Then we are doing pure water nylon buyback. We met with the pure water producers. I happen to be the one that set up the Lagos State buyback policy, and we are introducing it here to the state of Osun. We don't have as much nylon as we have. Hey, Lagos, that was massive. That was massive, So, but we were able to tackle the world of Lagos. We even built a massive recycling plant. Massive. So those are to achieve that we've gotten our trucks. Another side we have so many. That's sanitation. That's beautification. We are beautifying, yes. We don't have money. Why do we beautify? We have a reason for doing that. And our reason for doing it is that we want to advance the frontier of development. Because for a poor state, we must be welcoming and inviting. Do we have the capacity to compete with the states? And before you move from Lagos to Osun, you must pass through Oyo. These are big brothers. So the only thing we could do is to make our place inviting. Luckily, we have so many cultural heritage centers which Ogun does not have, Oyo does not have. But you see, they have massive economy which we don't have. So when people make all the money in Lagos, let them come and rest in Osun. It's a nice and welcoming ambience. That's what we are trying to create. So, for people, nobody wants to rest in an agad place. So, for us, beautification becomes very important. It's key. It's not a luxury for us. It's an investment for us here. For other people, it could be luxury. Here, it's not. It's only those who are just trying to be mischievous that will not realize the fact that for us to attract people here, we must remodel this place. And that's what we are doing. They've shown you the train station. And we are doing a whole lot. We are taking on Ashejire, you will still get there. We're doing that roundabout. You saw one as we're coming. We are still planning to do more next year in Iwo, Ila, Ife, Osogbo. And we are strategically picking those places for very, very, very different reasons. We are not just beautifying just because everybody is. We are not taking that from Lagos. We are not copying notification from Lagos. We don't have the capacity. I know because I've been in Ministry of Environment. The total exposure of Lagos in 1 year of beautification, Osun cannot afford it for 6 years. So we are not competing with Lagos on that. This is the roundabout. This is Azan Olajoko Park. It's a big, massive park we are doing. You know, we want people to be able to, when you are going to Abuja or anywhere, you must stop in Osun. We want to make you stop without forcing you to do so. Here, there will be where you know bush meat and pepper soup, all manners of oríṣiríṣi. We are creating it there so that people can sit down. We have something like that, you know, which we created around the Shituade area. I developed the concept, but this one is better, more strategic than the one there because of the location of the place. The people who eat. We have event center there. We have guest house. You know, small things. Rather than you running through, seeing hard road all the way. Here you will see all manners of food, local things. There will be for the big men too, anyway, by the side. So that we don't drive big men. We like big men because they have big money. But somebody coming to Osho is not coming to look for intercontinental dishes. If he wants to eat intercontinental, we are eating that in Lagos. Before coming here, this is the structure. We are putting there. This is not expensive because we build that show that does not have money. The total cost of this, to this extent that we have done, the total release that has gone on this is a total of 190 million. That is what the exposure we have as of today. You wonder how is that possible? You are looking at that. How much possible for that? That is a representation of our logo, a graphic representation of our logo. This is the elephant tusk, and this is our popular Oreo logo. Whatever is your take on that, that's our popular Oreo logo. And of course, every other element that is necessary. We can't put a whole elephant there. We still have elephants. Here, we have big elephants. We have elephants in Osun. It's part of our conservation policy that we have here. The remaining elephants in Africa, part of it is in Omashasha, which we share with Ogun State and Ogun State. The Omashasha forest has elephant. So for us here, elephant is a major thing. We are proud of it. That's why we have a big elephant there. So we are doing Ashejire Owena. Ashejire Owena is a federal highway, but people pass through the place and they are the ones we must welcome. And if they don't see good things before turning to Ojogbo, they will just run away. So we can't afford to lose them. They must be with us. So for us, a major investment, 185 kilometers of green is what we are putting there. It has not been done anywhere in Nigeria, not even in Lagos, with the massive greening that Lagos has done. It has not covered 185 kilometers. I know that for a reason. I know you have done a lot. We are not competing with you, but we are beating you on highway notification. You don't have the space. So, even if you have all the money, you cannot create the space. Except you want to acquire land from Osun and come and beautify again. We will be happy to have you on that one. But this one, we have the space and we are doing it. And really, how much have we committed? These are simple things because people will look at it and you say you don't have money. What are we doing? We have done 30 kilometers now. We've got 30 kilometers. That's from Ashejire to Junction. A little part of Asa is for Wakadaye. And the total exposure of the government on that particular project is 300 million. Which will not do much in order climb. Because I know how much it costs to beautify. Beautification is not a cheap business anywhere. But here we try as much as possible to make it as small because we don't have the money. We are doing beautiful Christmas decoration. We've been doing that. We copy that from Lagos. You are proud? Huh? What? You have it's okay. it's carried away by industrialization. That's nice. So, you know, we copied that from Lagos. So, we are here. We are on with this now. You will notice that we have started this one. This is our secretarial country. We started it. Some of our guys, the brothers on the matter, as well, Saka, Axis. They are doing wonderfully well. Those are part of the benefit of our association. At very, very minimal cost. We also took them to Odudu, and they did all those NEPA axes. I was on top of that. We also designed the Oyemeko road, the crane after the way, and even the roundabout where they put the fountain. We have the reason to have been. There was no roundabout there before. I told the governor that we have only 6 roundabouts in Akure, and I was not proper, for proper application that we should do something there and demand that I will fly on it. Don't worry, we will not be the same political party, but we work together. On the issue of dredging, I mean, that has been said. Till date, we've dredged over 125 kilometers of waterways. It has been dredging. Why? You will look at it. If you look at the impact this has given to us, it will, it's not as, the space covered is smaller than the impact. Why? The impact is very simple. We are not political at all in our activity at the flood. We don't respect words or federal constituency or anything. We do on need to do basis. If there is no need, we don't go there. Luckily, I'm not. I don't belong to any of the constituency. So it's just a matter of we need to drink here, we drink it and we move on. And that has really helped us. So we only took out those areas we feel, not just feel, we see that this is danger. Esimiri in Ife is a very popular river in Yoruba mythology. That's where Marimi Ajashoru got the power from the goddess to go and fight the Igbos that were troubling the Yorubas. You know, but Marimi became the water river goddess there became very annoyed. And every year we come and take sacrifice. And has been taking this sacrifice on a yearly basis. And whenever he takes sacrifice, that means killing human being. Whenever he washes people away, they go and give for the poor and call and give to the river goddess. But when we got there, we discovered that they don't understand what the river goddess actually means. A woman needed machine, not a cup and a car. And what did we do? We gave the sacrifice the woman wanted, which is machine. We cleared the place. And the river goddess has ever since been at peace with everybody. And they have been living together happily thereafter. So, you know, when NEMET issued his alert, I'm sure that NEMET gave alert to everybody. We did not sleep on NEMET's alert. We knew that it's time for us to work. Because even when other places are never flooded, Osun must be flooded, there's nothing anybody can do, anybody has been able to do about that. In fact, the last governor said that, come, who met one another around here? Is it the river that met you here, or we met the river here? They will say, the river, they did not, come, this river was here. What was it? In fact, there is one place, very, very, Mami, they call the place Mami. When the governor got there, that the name of the place is Mami. So which shows you that over the years they are usually flooded. But when it got to a head and everybody was weeping, it took away a whole number of people. Even cows, human beings were washed away, houses. So the governor went there. He now said, come. What do they call here? He said, Mami. So that was the situation. They believed that it's act of God, and they did not, that he did not create the water, therefore not to become like that. But we thank God that people there now, they sleep comfortably, they wake up without fear, even if rain is falling. Everybody everywhere in Osun knows that they have a government who delivers on promises to them. And that is one thing we are very, very proud of. And it has not all just been working, no, no. Okay, that's the Obafemi, but that's the business. Professor Omani, when they ran into serious trouble, it's a federal institution. They called on worship. And of course, they have worship. We obliged them. The man was surprised. He gave us the request. That same day, by the night of it, we moved it because they tried, when they were threatened, they called in people to assess, and they gave them a bid of 100 million. Where we were university is 100 million. No, we did it. For how much? Maybe 50 or 60 million. And the man said today, respect us for what we were able to do. Inside Obafemi Awolowo University, you have about 8 kilometers of water. And you have a major dam, which people never knew until the crisis happened. Opa Dam is located inside the university. In fact, if that dam should overflow, not only people of on the campus, even people in Ife will know there is a crisis. We went there again for routine check in recent months, and I told the government that we need to intervene again there because the dam is silted. It's silted seriously now, and I have my worries, because that is a major reservoir for all the outflow around Ife. That we look at Ife is a very, very serious issue when it comes to issue of flooding, and most of those things flows inside the park from Okoku to all of them. And I went to the VC that we need to do something on that. These are just a list of places how we got to what we are talking about, so that you don't think that we are just taking figure from air. So like you figure what we did, where we did it, and left of completion. So don't let us waste time. So we are taking on more in the new year, and what we are also doing in the next year now is that we are trying to survey our bodies of water, to have cartographical survey of the entire bodies of water, so that we have even scientific basis. We want to be able to bequeath that to the system, where somebody could sit down in the office and know where trouble comes from. We don't have it now. We pursue the rivers up and down. We don't want to continue in that light. It's not proper. We've been able to save ourselves now, but we may not have a government that is responsible forever. Other sorts of government will come, but we want to give them at least a document that they can sit in a place and begin to know, okay, there are crisis here or there. We did that. We've done a survey for Ife, and that's why because Ife is a major case, and we've been able to do that. These are some of the recommendations we have got. I'm not sure this captures everything because we've got another one. Federal Ministry of Environment, National Council, as President, gave a standing ovation for those who are from the environment family. We confirm that NEMET wrote us for official letter of commendation, Rotary International, NESRA, United Nations African Regional Roundtable. These are people who had reason to comment what we are doing. 2 weeks ago, we have National Environmental Health Officers of Nigeria gave our governor the best governor on sanitation matters, and NUJ, the Southwest Zone of the NUJ, last week Thursday also gave the governor another award on environmental matters. These are some of the things we've been able to do. I thank you.